Welcome to CTV News, your Canada. It's Thursday, December 18th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
Food bank dependence does not take a break during the holidays.
I come here because I need to. I'm on disability, and we don't get enough on disability to provide food for our families.
Angel Monroe is among the 1,400 people who rely on the Helping Hand Food Bank each month. The food bank 3/4 of the way to the $100,000 goal.
Food costs still are skyrocketing. I mean, people just can't afford to just do everything all the time, and food just happens to be one thing that food banks can provide.
1,600!
At Christmas cheer in Barrie, a Georgian College faculty member had the honor of packaging the campaign's 1,600th food box.
It's fantastic. It just puts the icing on the cake, so to speak, for a wonderful day of volunteering.
The race to the finish line in full force. A warehouse filled with volunteers, 1,400 toy bags, and nearly 2,000 food boxes, all bound for 2,100 families, 3,000 of them children.
It's just about, protecting that innocence, protecting that hope, protecting that joy, and giving the families in our community a little bit of breathing room and to know that they're not alone. No matter what they're going through, they're not alone.
Georgian Grizzlies rugby players, a big part of the team effort.
The boys are working hard behind me. They got it going.
But only sitting at $371,000 of their $500,000 goal, and with more than 60 on the wait list, there's still plenty of work to be done before Friday night's deadline.
This community comes through each and every year, and I have to continue to have faith and hope because I just have to. It's what we do.
For the Salvation Army,
the goal was $500,000. We're currently about 50% of that with a week to go.
its kettle campaign experiencing a drop after reaching its goal last year.
We weren't sure if it would still be a reasonable goal this year, but we wanted to maintain it because, again, we are seeing our service numbers go up.
Without the support of the community, there's a lot of families that wouldn't have a Christmas, wouldn't have food.
For those looking to help the campaigns, Christmas cheer organizers say they're in need of pancake mix, maple syrup, noodles, and toys for 7 to 10-year-olds. Meanwhile, the Helping Hand Food Bank says they're short on peanut butter, baby food, and baby formula. Mike Lang, CTV News, Barrie.
It's that time of year, whether you're a gift wrapping connoisseur or opting for the classic gift bag and tissue paper, the waste can pile up. But do you know what can be recycled?
So if it's easy to tear and it's still made of all that nice fiber, you can take that wrapping paper, you can crumple it up, and you can throw it directly loose into your blue card at home.
If it's tough to tear, it's garbage.
Now the non-recyclable materials, that would be the plastic cellophane, or if you're looking at all the extra decorations, the kind of metallic bows that everything's wrapped up in, those are non-recyclables.
As for plastics, you can use the stretch test. If it stretches easily, like a bread bag or a shipping bag, it's recyclable. Plastic toys need to go into the garbage, and never throw batteries or battery-operated toys in the bin. They can explode when crushed in the recycling plant.
When you're thinking of your batteries, just be sure to store them somewhere safely and then take them to any one of our city eco centers.
At Canary, a refillery in Zero Waste Market in Calgary, owner Lisa Whitford is sharing some sustainable wrapping ideas.
The best tips that I would have would be to reuse what you can, and to even go to the thrift store and purchase gift baskets if you're wanting to create a gift basket, or using tea towels or that sort of thing.
Whitford also suggests saving and reusing bows, bags, and boxes.
But if not, you can make your own wrapping paper, which is a lot of fun, by using, old vintage wrap, or you can use stamps or paint or your children's old artwork, or another fun one is old calendars.
When in doubt, making memories with experiences is always a great idea. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Inside this leased space donated by an unnamed benefactor, we find a beehive of volunteers on a mission to give. On this day, they are members of a local Rotary Club and the Halal Food Bank. All are working together to pack items destined for more than 40 London agencies, aiding those facing homelessness, addiction, and food insecurity. The volunteers are managed by Lionhearts, Inc. The faith-based charity began on a whim after its founder, a former rock musician, discovered food and products were being tossed out by big-name retailers. He decided to approach them with an idea.
Then I just said, man, imagine what we could do if we could create a path where bigger companies could donate large amounts of stuff, and we could turn around and get that to those agencies that are on the front lines.
The concept worked. Since 2014, Lionhearts has spread from Kingston to Ottawa and now on to London. The Forest City selected for expansion given its proximity to an Amazon distribution warehouse. The online retailer donates truckloads to Lionhearts, but local hotels and attractions are now also coming on board.
We really want this to be our staging point for all of southwestern Ontario. London is strategically placed in our province.
We're already into a couple of areas, 3 or 4 areas around our city, but I think it's going to expand not just to the City of London, but we're already starting this in Lucan. And as well, I think it's going to expand into Strathroy, St. Thomas. I think wherever there's a need, we want to be on the front line to help them see that need met.
And with food literally wasting away, backers say expansion cannot happen soon enough. They contend 40% of food produced in Canada ends up in the trash.
If we could rescue 10% of that 40% that would go in the trash, nobody would go hungry.
It is the reason why volunteers are hard at work ensuring that does not happen.
It's a win-win situation, and it's just a really good feeling to be helping others.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
Kate Beaton has walked into the post office in her community of Mabu countless times in her life, and for most of that time, she never would have imagined being on a postage stamp.
As an artist, I might have thought maybe one day they were going to call me up and ask me to draw a stamp, but never that I would be the subject of a stamp.
Not too long ago, Beaton and 5 other graphic novelists were honored in Ottawa by Canada Post with their own stamps reflecting a piece of their work. Her stamp features her 2022 bestseller, Ducks, which was included on Barack Obama's list of end-of-year favorites.
Books have a certain lifespan, and for Ducks to remain sort of in people's minds and in their memories, and for things like this, it's quite an honor.
For the Cape Breton cartoonist, that comes with a certain irony, too. In 1991, when she was a kid, Mabu nearly lost its post office. She remembers taking part in rallies to salvage local service.
So when I get asked, what does it mean to be on a Canada Post stamp, I do think back to being a child and thinking about the cutbacks and everything, and how the community came together to save this building.
It's one thing to have your own postage stamp, but heading into the final week before Christmas, when package delivery is at its peak, it's perhaps quite another.
It's a great time of year to be on a postage stamp because this is when it's the busiest time in a post office.
These days, when so many packages are delivered through a number of different courier services, Beaton says she is glad to shine a bit of a light on traditional mail.
To be able to say at a time like this how much the post office and the postal service means to me and to towns like ours.
A stamp of approval for a small-town author who still has big ambitions. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Mabu, Nova Scotia.
In tonight's Spirit of Giving segment, we're focusing on Maison Partage du Ville. They serve the Sud-Ouest community, helping clients get access to food with a personal touch.
These Sud-Ouest residents are lining up, like they do every week, in order to feed their families. Executive Director at La Maison du Partage du Ville, who is Miss Sarah to the community, says the organization provides up to 180 food baskets weekly.
The whole point is like for people to have just like a touch, you know, like a caring touch when they come here, not only the food. Like they are willing to come here every week, you know, with the $5 and be happy and have access to something, to clothing, to food, but also to have a small conversation with us.
It's that personal touch that makes this place special. Every person pays $5. What's different here is that the clients are asked to go through their basket and are encouraged to donate back anything they may not need.
It's not free. If it was free, people will take everything. Arriving at home, they will throw the stuff that they don't eat. So that's why we want to sensitize people, but also they will think about somebody else. Somebody else needs this more than me.
The clientele ranges from young families to new immigrants.
And came here once a week and get something, food and support, various kinds of support.
This woman from Kenya has been in Canada for 2 years, and since work has slowed down during the winter, she's found another way to keep busy.
Like I told myself, instead of just sitting and sleeping or doing any things that are not going to be of help to me, why not volunteer this time to give back to the community.
What many appreciate about this organization is they have 2 days instead of just one to pick up their baskets. And that makes a difference for this mother of 4.
Other food banks, it may not be as frequent, so having the option to come multiple different times per month is definitely helpful.
Just as the people here know they can count on the organization, Miss Sarah says they count on their partnership with Moisson Montréal.
Honestly, we cannot function without them. They are amazing, an amazing team.
Teamwork that lessens the burden for those struggling in the community.
And when you help people, it comes back to you in full. What goes around comes around, you know what I mean? You got to help the needy sometimes, and you can't be selfish with people in need.
And if you would like to help, you can do so by scanning the QR code you see on your screen right now, or by heading to our website, ctvnewsmontreal.ca. Click on the Spirit of Giving banner. Thank you.
Getting hands-on with a unique piece of history at the Mackenzie House Museum.
Well, people have the opportunity to come in and make a holiday card in the way printers were doing it in the 1840s, 1850s.
After a quick demonstration, guests get the chance to use the cast iron printing press on their own.
We're going to lower down this lid. It's called a tin pin. It's going to give us some extra pressure to make sure it squeezes it the right amount.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to crank this, what we call the bed, into the printing press.
With the opportunity to make a one-of-a-kind creation you get to take home.
So we pull this all the way back until it hits the post. You'll hear the noise?
The finished product, it looks really good.
Creating artwork today from a piece of the past.
Seeing the different creativity, because they're the folks who will zero in right on one picture, that's mine. But there's also people who will take a while. I think you're going to be like that and say, oh, I'm going to look at a couple, test them out. So it's watching the artistic process play out. We find that fascinating.
The Mackenzie House Museum is one of 10 City of Toronto museums and is located near Yonge and Dundas.
Each card can be customized from roughly 70 different picture blocks. It is free to visit the museum, and you can make your own fun, festive card all the way through until January 4th. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
I'm going to receive a gift this year for Christmas.
Jerry Moran reads a letter from a remand center inmate who received a treat bag made by students from the Greater St. Albert Catholic Schools. The retired chaplain started the program 26 years ago.
These people do not have anything for Christmas. They can't communicate easily with their family. They're just alone for Christmas.
The bags are filled with chocolates, notepads, and scripture. Students decorate the outside to make the packages pop.
This really teaches students that all people deserve dignity and love and compassion, and that's the foundation of our Catholic beliefs. And so this has been a really important project for our school.
The school division says while some parents were against the idea, many are in support.
It's a great way for my children to learn that serving others is important, that there's other people in the world besides themselves, and to think about other people, especially at Christmas.
Bags not going to the remand center go to a local parish instead. They are donated to the homeless.
This was the first time I've been here for Christmas. It was nice to receive the gifts with the colorful bags.
Moran says this program is life-changing for some inmates.
And I thank you for the hope you gave me with the gifts in the bag.
A lesson in the difference a simple gesture can make. Nair Misa, CTV News, Edmonton.
When outside Chio there arose such a clatter, it's Santa in truck, not sleigh, ascending the ladder.
The repeller elves have come down to say hi to the kids through the windows at Chio.
A drop-in visit from firefighters carries its own kind of Christmas magic.
Pretty cool watching those guys come over the roof, eh, Ivy?
It's kids like 4.5-year-old Ivy spending time in hospital over the holidays for treatment for leukemia.
We just got admitted for our last month of chemo yesterday.
Who keep firefighters coming back.
The children are so important to us. They're stuck at the hospital. We just want to bring them joy and some fun, and we're happy to bring our big donation every year. $50,000 donation!
Money from the Professional Firefighters Association supports their commitment to the purchase of a laser for the burn ward to help with healing for kids who suffer serious burns.
Just to say thank you to the firefighters for once again coming in and supporting the work we do here, brightening the day for the kids that are here, and quite frankly, brightening the day for all of us as we celebrate the holidays here at Chio.
Of course, being in hospital at Christmas, tough as it is, doesn't keep you from being a regular kid. And big check or no, heroes or no, firefighters are still fair game.
What do firefighters like to eat with their cheese?
Crackers.
Firecrackers.
Tyla Gerald just got a version of Barbie not found in any stores. It's fitted with a ribbon skirt, a traditional indigenous garment similar to the one Gerald is wearing. The new edition is unlike anything in her collection.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
Excited.
it's nice to have it, right? Crystal Pelche remembers her days as a child and her times with Barbie. She recalls not having any dolls which directly reflected who she was as an Indigenous person. She is happy her daughter gets to have a different experience, with Indigenous culture now being better represented.
It's nice. It's like, I wish it was done a long time ago, but, it's nice that they can see this stuff, learn this stuff, know this stuff, be able to wear the items to school, to daycare, to wherever.
Earlier this month, the North Central Family Center received 10 of the indigenized Barbie dolls. Although the person prefers to remain anonymous, they did share the reasoning behind the creations. The maker creates the dolls in honor of their niece, who died at the age of 5, as well as for Isabella Kulak, who was shamed for wearing a ribbon skirt in 2020. The unique dolls are in high demand at the center.
It's something that you normally don't see, and to have a little, something that you can as well look like in a nice ribbon dress. Unfortunately, we don't have so many of them, but I hope there's more to come in the future.
Right now, doll accessories like these cannot be found in stores, but there is a growing demand which some of the major brand names may want to take a note of.
More of this stuff for the, Barbies, dolls, I think is important. It'd be nice more of that kind of stuff for the dolls.
Proving that Barbie can really be anything. Mick Favel, CTV News, Regina.
It takes 8 minutes for a neutrino to travel from the sun to the Earth, and there are millions everywhere. They're different from many particles as they don't typically interact much, but scientists in Sudbury are challenging that.
We're really trying to understand what is the universe made of, what happened early in the universe, why does it look like what it looks like now. And to do that, we want to go to the smallest parts, so-called subatomic particles. And we particularly look for neutrinos and interactions with neutrinos.
This particular measurement used 250 days of detector time to see 5 separate events. And what I mean by those events is a neutrino comes in, interacts with a special carbon atom, produces a special nitrogen atom afterwards, and then that nitrogen atom decayed. So this is a very, very, very rare type of event.
Krause said that the detector being 2 kilometers underground helps decipher out materials the machine doesn't need, and some neutrinos can still navigate there themselves.
This is the first time we have observed this particular interaction. So it speaks for the development of our new technology. And this would really tell us that there's something very exciting that happened as the universe was created. Because our universe exists out of matter, or particles, not antiparticles. And we don't understand why that is. In principle, naively, they should be created equally, same amounts.
Krause said this new discovery is a team effort between researchers and so many more.
So as this gets more known, I think there might be more job opportunities for people. It brings Sudbury on the map. People will read that name because our experiment is called SNOW+. So Sudbury Neutrino Observatory is in the name.
The research is nowhere near done because in science, when one answer is found, dozens of other questions are asked when it comes to figuring out the physics of the universe. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
You can see these hand carvings. This doesn't exist anymore.
It's history like this 90-year-old hand-carved couch that makes renovating a hotel like the Bessborough so important.
Yes, it is important pillar to the community.
Built in 1935, the Bessborough has stood as a symbol of history for nearly a century, and parts of the hotel reflect that.
Unique in Canada for this building is that we heat up this building in the winter with steam boilers.
Those boilers will be replaced along with all the guest rooms.
Renovation with 225 rooms and public spaces that includes the lobby and meeting rooms and launching of a 3-meal restaurant called Grand Junction.
The renovation and rebranding to a Marriott Bonvoy's autograph collection will include various elements which pay homage to the Canadian National Railway as the original owners of the hotel. So one of the iconic elements that will remain after the renovation is having the Canada Post mailbox. The mail is still picked up every day. One of the biggest changes will be moving the main restaurant to the ground floor. That means the pool will be taken out to make way for dining that overlooks the patio and Bez Gardens.
So our goal going into this renovation is to actually preserve some of the unique elements about the Bessborough.
For this manager who's been with the company nationwide for over 20 years, the Bez holds special significance, playing host to an impressive number of famous people, VIPs, and heads of government.
In my past 4 years here, I've seen more dignitaries in my life than in this past 22 years with the company.
Renovation work will begin in mid-January and remain open to guests until May of next year. Then it will be closed until September 2026. Carla Shinkaruk, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Below the clouds, Keiko Mori was vacationing on one of the remote Gulf Islands when she broke her ankle on a hike and fell into a cave.
And I fell about 18 feet. And luckily, there was a rotten log where I landed, surrounded by all rock beds.
Although she was grateful the log broke her fall, Keiko couldn't move and spent an hour and a half on the cave floor before being rescued by members of the Thetis Island Volunteer Fire Department.
It was a horrendous job to come down, put me on a stretcher, carry me all the way up from the cave.
And because there's no hospital on the island, Keiko was transported by boat to be treated for a broken back.
Good news is I was not going to be quadriplegic.
After being bedridden for months back home on the mainland,
some tea.
Keiko mailed the Christmas care package to the volunteers as thanks.
I always thought without them, I wouldn't be here.
And seeing as she's never stopped being grateful for every day, including seeing her son grow up to make her a grandmother, Keiko's never stopped sending the department Christmas gifts.
I believe it's 35 years.
Every year?
Yes, every single year just before Christmas.
Fire Chief Janine Caldback says that even though the original members of the rescue team are long gone, Keiko still sends hot drinks, sweet treats, and a letter updating the current team on how she spent the past year.
We feel like she's part of our family as well, even though nobody has met her. She's important to us, and we're just thrilled that we're important to her.
And Keiko plans to keep sending gifts for as long as she can, because it's important to recognize the volunteers who keep helping whenever they can.
And this year, amazingly, I got this photo from the fire department holding my gifts. That's so great. So I'm going to put in a frame and put on the wall.
A reminder of how this department's life-saving gift 35 years ago keeps giving, by Keiko living every moment of that life with gratitude that can't be contained. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.